Hello, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to take a look at the Dewpider. I already said it basically in the video which we had today earlier, where we showcased Araquanid. If you didn't see this video yet, definitely check that out. Today we're going to take a look at the Dewpider as well in the Element Cup, which is at least currently available. And I can recommend you that you should try this Pokemon out here, definitely, especially if you just go outside, get like a really good rank that you really want to build anyway for Great League, like I don't know, somewhere below rank 20 I would build. Mine is rank 12 now because I got this immediately after I published my video, which is of course cool because now I have one build that's completely garbage, but it's fine because I can just evolve this thing after this cup is gone, because you need around like a level 30-ish if you have a really good rank Dewpider, or you need a level 34 Araquanid or something. So basically means this is very free for you, like you can just use it here, you can power it up, you can give it a second move, and as soon as this cup is over, you can just evolve it, and then you have a good Araquanid for a Great League, which is something that you definitely want to get, so I would recommend you to play this. Also, our team is a little bit different here, as we have a triple water team here, and I was like, this could be funny, let's see how it's gonna be. We have the Chinchou in the lead, we have the Ducklett as a safe swap. Sometimes I used Dewpider as a safe swap because like I wasn't really sure about the team yet, and I wasn't like, okay, if I see like a Cottony in the lead, like against Cottony it's a little bit difficult with this team, what am I gonna do? So I went to the Dewpider, and I can recommend you to never do this, it doesn't make sense. Just always go into your Ducklett blaze, that would be way better for you. So yeah, Ducklett safe swap here, you have the Dewpider again, as I said before with the Araquanid, you kind of want to have it either in the lead or in the closer role as a safe swap. I don't really see this thing, but in those closer roles, especially like it is really good. Like you can see here, I'm just gonna farm my opponent down, he surrenders. There's not a lot that they can do here. I actually go into my Ducklett as a safe swap, which works out pretty well, as they go into the Chinchou, which is not really good for me. But yeah, we can go at least for one Brave Bird, and we can go for one Bubble Beam, getting rid of like a lot of his health, which is good, but it's gonna be a tough one anyway. I don't think we're gonna be able to win this. But this team worked out really well. I went something like, I don't know, I think I went like 15-5 with this team. Definitely was really good, but also like there are some flaws. For example, like if you get hard cornered, of course, like there's not a lot that you can do, which doesn't make a lot of sense. If you get like caught in the lead, like it's a little bit tough if you cannot really line the Pokemon in the back. If they have like, for example, like it's a sad thing, like you always have some RPS teams here, you will not be able to win every match, or like you won't have a very solid team that you will have a chance against every team or whatever, unless you run, I think like Shadow Slowpoke maybe has some potential as a safe swap, but otherwise there's basically a hard counter for everything here, which does make sense. It's the Element Cup, like you have the different kind of elements there. But what is cool here is that you have so many Vulpix around, and having a triple water team against like basically a Vulpix meta is kind of funny, especially if they have also this Slowpoke here. As you see, we are actually one of the best answers for Slowpoke, as we're gonna be able to do a lot of damage with our quick moves, and we're gonna be able to farm all the way down. Look how fast the health goes down there. We survived this, we have a move start. We're gonna be able to go for the water pulse most likely. Yeah, we go for the water pulse against the Vulpix, should get them very low. I think they expect me to have the Bubble Beam, because we have actually here not only a triple water team, we also have a triple Bubble Beam or like Debuff team here, which is also kind of funny, which is something that a lot of opponents kind of struggle against, because like they're always gonna do less damage with their quick moves, which is kind of funny in the cup where it's basically based around quick moves most of the time. So I had a lot of fun with this. I can boom my opponent there with my Ducklett, and we went pretty positive as well with this team. We have the Shadow Slowpoke here. I really don't like this, to be honest. I usually swap out after this Thunderbolt, I think. We get the shield here, I swap out because I can farm down now with my Ducklett. I'm gonna shield this up. But yeah, again, Slowpoke is one of the best Pokemon that you can run. They go for the Psychic and get the debuff, which is insane. I gonna have to shield here again, as they're gonna go into the Vulpix now, which is fine for me. So we can go for one Bubble Beam, get him very low, get to another Bubble Beam, and get him even lower, as they're gonna not shield at all, which is interesting. They're gonna be able to KO me in time, but we have our good boy Chinchou here, as my opponent reveals his last Pokemon, which is gonna be the Tepic, which is something that I don't really want to face here, to be honest, but we still have, of course, our... Oh, wait, look at this. yeah, I got 0 bubble 1 through because the game was broken. Very cool, thanks for that. It would have done like half of his health or even more of his health, so like he would be already dead by the bug bites by now. But of course, like if the game would work as intended, we wouldn't have so many complaints about it. And this makes it all a little bit more scary, as Dewpider still doesn't care about it, to be honest. Like, you get to the fast moves, to the charge moves so fast, you do so much fast move pressure with a one-turn moves, especially in the little cup format. It's kind of insane. We have a Chikorita in the lead. Of course, we have a triple water team, but this is the cool thing about our team. We have also 2 answers still to the grass types, which is very nice. We're gonna go for the bait here. Does this bait work out well? We have another lag time there doing that, but no, it didn't work out. My opponent did not shield. I was gonna let it go. I can farm down with my other thing I thought, but actually I can go for my Brave Bird on my own, which is very nice, as this is gonna KO my opponent, and we can be able to realign our Pokemon, as we can go into our Chinchou against this Vulpix, and we have in the back, of course, our good boy Dewpider for the Chikorita, and we have a super effective quick moves against it, which is very nice, and we can just let this go. We should be able to survive this still. We're most likely gonna get a shield here, and we can swap out immediately to our Dewpider, and they're gonna swap out as well, as we're gonna be able to farm on my opponent. I should have most likely thrown my Bubble Beam immediately here, because then like his moves wouldn't have done that much, and he just gonna farm like a lot of energy here, like a John does a lot of damage with his charge moves. They don't get to another one, which is amazing, as we can go for 2 Bubble Beams, finishing off this match here. Good game there to my opponent, nothing they can do anymore, as the Dewpider are gonna be able to win us the game. It's such a small boy, but it's actually pretty tanky as well, which is cool. Another fire type against a triple water team. The Slowpoke comes in, we can go into a Dewpider, and we can also shield this move up because we know they have a fire type in the lead. We definitely have some chance here, and we can farm them all the way down again, which is amazing. Next up, we're gonna see almost like the fire type coming back in here again. No, we see the Cottony, which means we have a perfect alignment here. Now my opponent doesn't shield this up, but they know that I don't have a bug type move here. They do not know my moveset, and they're gonna shield the Bubble Beam, as we can go for another Bubble Beam and go now into our Chinchou, which is aligned at the perfect Pokemon here. As we go for another Bubble Beam here, so we're gonna be able to debuff my opponent further and further and actually KO him there. And this is basically the main goal of this team. Just go for Bubble Beams and you should be fine. After a while, like, the opponent doesn't do any damage anymore. As we go for another Bubble Beam. And we have now 2 Bubble Beams on the opponent's Cottony here, as we can go for another one. And now there are 3 on this. And I'm just going to go into my Dewpider, hoping that my opponent will throw here, but they don't. And they actually throw against my Ducklett. And we just gonna let it go and see how much it does. It does nothing because he's 3-time debuffed. And we're gonna be able to win this game pretty easily there, also against the Cottony again. Wooper, horrible lead. Of course, I go into the wrong save swap here with the Dewpider. I definitely shouldn't have done this. We see the Ducklett coming in here. They go for the Bubble Beam, and actually, which I didn't know, like, I misplay this match up here pretty hard. You should just go straight for the Bubble Beam with your Dewpider. Like, after a while, the wing attack does 1 damage, which is kind of crazy. Like, it doesn't do any damage at all, and you can do like still a lot of damage with the quick move. You force them really to either throw their Bubble Beams very fast, or they have to actually throw the Brave Bird against you, which is even better for you. But now we have the Chinchou against it. We have him debuffed a little bit. We can take this Brave Bird. Doesn't even do half, and they go into the Wooper, which is amazing for us, but we expect him now to shield up, of course, my charge move, as they know my entire team, and they definitely want to have some good play against my Ducklett still. So we just gonna go for the bait here, expecting a shield from my opponent. Do they shield it up? And they do not shield it up, and we just gonna go straight for the Bubble Beam at this point of time, I think. Which should hopefully work. Okay, no, we actually tried to bait actually for my opponent to shield, but didn't work out at all. And this game doesn't look too good, to be honest. But maybe we still have a chance. We see the Vulpix coming in there. It doesn't really look, to be honest. Like, I don't think how we can win this. They still have 2 shields. They don't shield my first move here. We can shield up here, but like, we have some energy on my Ducklett, but not enough, and we're like in red health already. They can just quick attack me down, and like, I have no chance, right? My opponent goes for the charge move here. No, they're in the red health already, but they still have a shield left, so there's not a lot that I can do. I go for the Bubble Beam again, as they're gonna stay in a little bit. They don't do a lot of damage. They swap out into the Ducklett, and I can get to the Bubble Beam with a 1 HP in a dream. I have no idea how this worked, but yeah, This was insane. Speaking of insane, my first Slanthed I meet, it's very difficult to get Slanthed. I also thought of getting it, but I was like, okay, the effort that you need for this is not really worth it, to be honest. While it's the best Pokemon without a doubt in this cup, like there's not a lot that they can do, which is like there's nothing that really counters it, to be honest. Other than maybe Wooper, but like who runs Wooper? You're gonna be able to do a lot of damage against nearly everything with the thing, and we can actually get to the Bubble Beam here, which is amazing. If we didn't have a triple water team, we had no chance against Slanthed. Slanthed is literally really broken. Like if you can get a Slanthed, like have fun with that, but it's really broken. You have to have a low level account trading it to you, otherwise there's no way for you to get a Slanthed. As we try to go for the Bubble Beam, but the game lags, and now we go for a Bubble Beam against the Ducklett, which I didn't want to, but thanks game for that. It's amazing, and my only chance of winning this game right now is to hope that this is a Bubble Beam, and it is, which means that we can go for the Thunderbolt, which means we can KO this thing, this little duck. And Slanthed still is there. We don't do damage with our quick move as it's double resisted, but my opponent decides to surrender. There was no way he would have got to 2 moves anyway before I get to my 1 Bubble Beam, so good game there. My opponent goes into a Chikorita, and I think that my boy here, my Dewpider, should be the best option against the Chikorita, as we're gonna go for the Bug Bite down. We see the Body Slam coming in there. We can go for the Bubble Beam, debuffing the attack. That's why I shield the Body Slam there at this point, and we can farm all the way down, as they're gonna go into the Slowpoke again, and also we can go for a debuffing move, which is also very nice, as we're gonna get them very, very low. We can get to another Bubble Beam, and this Bubble Beam gonna be able to not get a shield, sadly, and they swap out into their Cottony, but we have our Ducklett now, and we're gonna be able to go for some Bubble Beam spam again. That is basically the main idea about this team, just spam those Bubble Beams and you should have a good time. But this is still gonna come down to the wire, as we're gonna have to do a lot of damage with our quick move still. They're gonna shield up all the Bubble Beams now, which is not the best, and we have to hope that we can KO this Cottony before they can come back in with their Slowpoke, as we're gonna go now into our Chinchou, can take a move, but they can swap into the Slowpoke, winning him the game by him winning, like basically KOing me with 1 Side Shock and farming me down with the Slowpoke, as they still survive at 2 wing attacks there. Next up, we're gonna have Chinchou lead again. This is like basically where you need the Chinchou, as like the backline is a little bit problematic. I actually think that if they don't bait you and you have still shields left, I think you would win with Dewpider against the Chinchou as well, just because you do more damage with your quick move, as you have a 1-turn quick move, which is overpowered in this current meta here. We usually go for the bait in the first time and also like bait later on a little bit more in this matchup, as baits are really, really nice, as we can farm down now. We have 1 less shield than them, they have a Bulbasaur, we have our Ducklett here coming up against them, as we're just gonna no-shit the Seed Bump here from my opponent, and we're just gonna go for the Brave Bird straight, see if my opponent gonna want to shield this or not. They do not, which means they have a Vulpix in the back, but the good thing here is they cannot swap out anymore, so we can just go for the Bubble Beam spam, lowering its attack. They don't want to throw immediately for whatever reason either, and the Weather Ball doesn't really do anything to me anymore, as we also can still shield them up, and we're gonna get the last shield here. We're gonna be able to go for the full farm down with the Bug Bite, as we're gonna win this game here now. My opponent surrenders, good game there. Next up, we have a very good lead, finally a Ducklett lead, as they go into their Vulpix. I just gonna go for the Bubble Beam, and I know that I can realign anyway if I go now into my Ducklett, which I'm gonna go now, and they actually deny me here, which allows them to get to 2 moves, which is very unfortunate, but yeah, denies are fair and fun. It's like literally the only thing that really bothers me. Like if there wasn't like denies and like inconsistency in the fast moves going through, for me like the odd lag there, like here, there, like it doesn't really matter too much, but like the fast moves are like such a problem. We see the Cottony here again, where we can go for the Bubble Beam, get the first shield, carrying it to another Bubble Beam in time. We're gonna shield this up, we're gonna get him very low. You see how good the Bug Bite actually is, especially as we can debuff my opponent again here. They are now 2 shields down, and we're gonna be able to get some nice farm here, going for the Bubble Beam, and this Bubble Beam gonna put them into like the 1 HP range. They go into the Ducklett, and we're gonna be able to win this game pretty easily, as the Dewpider was again able to do a lot of damage against the Cottony, even though the move is of course neutral, as Bug is resisted by fairy types. For whatever reason, I have no idea. It doesn't really make sense. Fairy types in general is a very weird type. But I actually like that fairy types are a thing in Pokemon in general, like in the Pokemon universe. I think they are a good addition. And my opponent gonna farm me down there with their Cottony, but you know, we have our Bug Bite here, which does a lot of good damage. We're just eating this thing alive, as we can go for the Water Pulse. I don't expect them to shield here, so I went for the strong move. Never mind, they shield, and I'm just gonna have to let this move go, as I have to hope that my Chinchou can win this for me, and they have a Chinchou on the back. There's nothing I can do here anymore. I can try to bait. My opponent gonna bait me here, which is nice because I called the bait. I'm just gonna bait him there, but like, do they shield this? They actually do, which is kinda insane. And we go for the Thunderbolt now. Oh, I'm actually... Oh yeah, no, never mind. Like, no, there could have been a Thunderbolt. I thought they wouldn't be able to be at a Thunderbolt at this point of time, but they would have. And they can only get to one more move here, which is gonna be the Bubble Beam. We're also like 3 times debuffed now. And we can go for the Thunderbolt and time. We're gonna be able to win this game with 1 HP and a Dream. We can farm down the last Chinchou, and that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day, and bye.